bounce is Arsenal. Other than that, so I think
the first thing they need is a new manager.
You know what?
Yeah.
I genuinely think Arsenal fans Arsenal players hate the club. I think they hate everything about the club. I think they hate the managers of the club. They hate the assistant. They hate the pitch. They hate the fans. They hate the lady, kit man.
We saw Ozil today. Did you see that? Ozil got subbed off. There were boos all around the pitch, and then he kicked his gloves off or something, and that's the only kick he had in the game by which was ironic.
They hate the club.
They turn on their players so
the
much.
club. Like, remember when they gave Aubameyang the captaincy and then he was already beefing with like the board? Like that's no every
other troop stuff.
I genuinely because he chose troops over the
club.
Telling you, bro, these players.
The guy's not allowed to have friends.
Listen, these players hate the club, and it's so evident to watch because they're not playing for the club at all.
Just briefly, like we spoke about a couple of people from Arsenal fan TV and stuff like that. This week there was a whole debate about like these fan channels and whether like that they are toxic. Toxic to the What's your opinion on that?
So, like two things can be true in one. So I think fan channels can have a toxic environment, especially if your team's not doing well. And online, you go online. Like these things are hard. Like footballers nowadays, you live very vividly in the social media world. You're going to come up. You're gonna see these clips. Like it's just unavoidable. So it can, and it also just creates a feeling with the other fans as well, who maybe not appear on like AFTV, but they see it themselves. And it's very easily to be influenced by someone's opinion. It can make you feel a certain type of way. So I do believe they are toxic, but I don't agree with the likes of TalkSport coming at AFTV because you do the same thing. It's just yours isn't fan orientated. But when matches finish, you don't have fans call in and they can slay. The difference is you man don't have clap the way AFTV have clap. You don't get anywhere near the same amount of viewerships. And I genuinely think like I must have saw something with a journalist. It was rants from United Stand, right? So I think they were doing like a presser, and he must have asked someone from Man United, and he's like, something like, what do we need to do? And then the journalist was like, never once in my 20 years of journalism have I referred to as we. And Rance is like, dog, I'm not a journalist. Like I am a fan, so it's we because I am a fan of the club. And I think people like journalists and all these other places, like I think there is a sense of jealousy. Like they don't get anywhere near the same amount of viewerships all these other people get, and it's kind of hard to see because like AFTV and all these other brothers, like they get accesses and passes and like sort of attention like they wish that they could get, and they don't get anywhere near as much.
Did you guys watch the debate between Simon Jordan and Robbie? I watched that.
What's your opinion on that?
Like a few things to think about as we were speaking. Like one of the things I see why people attack AFTV is because it's always the same sort of people appearing week in, week out. Your trips, your DTs, your claws, and your ties and stuff. How can that be really a fan channel if it's like God knows how many fans there are? You're always constantly repeating the same characters who you know are gonna get views. Yeah. And I guess one of the things is Robbie does have a bit of commercial interest in it.
Yeah, of course.
But again, TalkSport like do the same thing. Like when Simon Jordan was bashing like TalkSport, I barely listen to TalkSport, so I started listening to them. I started listening. I was so bored one evening. I decided to listen to them. So let me see what they're about. You know what I'm saying? I heard about them. Like, I knew people watch listen to them. Like, and this is straight after it was the Arsenal game and they lost against Brighton. So let me hear how these got conducted and stuff. And like, it's also the same game where Sheffield lost to Newcastle, wasn't it? Over that John Joshua goal when they didn't VAR and all that stuff. And like these lot commented, they were taking the piss out of Sheffield fans. And one of the hosts was like, "Oh, I want to speak to some BBs." And the other guy, "What do you mean by BBs?" "Some bitter blades." And like, you got Stevie on the line here, and you see this old man saying, "I'm tired of VAR. VAR, it was not fair. It was not a goal. It was not a goal. I'm tired of it." And they're arguing for 10 minutes. No, it wasn't allowed. No, it should not be allowed. But all my 50 years of football, it's the same thing as AFTV. Like, it's hypocritical. You can't say it. Like,
it's just more formal way.
Formal way, just because they have official
PRs, rules to abide by.
Yeah, but like you have these big sport personalities coming to like these fan channels now, like Ian Wright, for example, and all these, and Piers Morgan, all these other celebrities coming to Arsenal fan TV. You with the United stands and everyone we've had in, like on and full-time Devils. You've had interviews with Ryan Giggs and all these other United legends. So even they recognise that, you know, there's a lot of viewership. They're like with demand and supply, isn't it? It's like there's people out there that like the content they are receiving, and they like the content. And I do think it does reflect. Like, I think that it can be toxic, but that's not the only reason. It might be the performances, the players. It initially is giving fans the voice to voice their opinion, and it's something that, you know, you can address.
The way I look at it is these fan channels, they're the real representation of, like, coming out of a game you've just lost. You're gonna feel emotion. You're gonna feel some type of way, and it comes across on camera just the way you're feeling.
Yeah, and so many times, like, you see Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, you see behind the scenes, and they're showing all the passion which they can't show on the screen.
Exactly.
And so with fan channels, you don't have the restriction. Everything is just basically organic, and it's raw as well. So and I think it is because out of jealousy to a certain extent.
As Jay said, if your team's not doing well for weeks or months on advance, it creates a negative atmosphere.
The same thing I do coming on, like, when I come on this pod sometimes and I slate Ollie.
Imagine you went to Old Trafford every week and you paid to, like, I think, just to touch on the having the same, obviously Robbie has a commercial interest in it, so the worse Arsenal do, the better they do.
Yeah, the thing is, like, Robbie never started it as a commercial interest. When he done it because he was a fan of Arsenal. It's happened to have certain, what's the name, troops are called, go into for us. DT cool.
So it just happened to happen. Because I went to an Arsenal game last year against when they played Chelsea in the League Cup semi-final, right? And they won that game. And I remember being outside I was watching them as they were filming AFTV. And the thing is, like, there's so many people there, and I think the thing is with AFTV, they do have the same recurring characters, but they do try to get new people in. The problem is that we don't care about the new people, right? We're used to the Troops, the Mo's, and all these people because they've given us the best sound bites, and those are the people that we run to all the time. Those are the people that get the most clicks. And I do think it is an era of snobbery, because when I was watching the Simon Jordan thing, he was like, oh, what did these lot do before all of this stuff? And it was like, oh, look at the way Troop speaks. It's like, he's just a brother. He's just any guy. Like, he's not a journalist. He's just a person that goes to every single game, and he has a platform to express himself. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And it is, to me, it stinks. It absolutely stinks of jealousy. That's all it is. It stinks of jealousy, man.
And like there's space for both platforms. I don't even know why one has to be it has to be either this or the fan channels. Like, you can both sustain. There's enough market there for it. Like, only recently, like, this has become a debate. I don't think there's the debate there. Like, I watch all the pundit commentary and all that kind of stuff on YouTube and on Sky Sports and everything, but I also watch the fan channels. There's market for both, and I just feel like they think they're under threat because. But I don't think that is the case. I think it's just another platform, another way of another content, basically, just different content.
Yeah, you know what it is for me? I really hate punditry, especially in this country, because I don't understand what they're saying abroad. So I despise punditry because I think because I used to watch I used to listen to a lot of TalkSport when I was like a lot younger. And, like, if you know me, I literally hate everything most pundit, anybody professional has to say. Because I just think they chat so much shit. Like, So for me, when I'm watching stuff here, I like to just watch normal people talk about football. Because it's not like an air of like I know so much. It's just regular people talking about football. So for me, I'm way more gravitated towards fan channels or like just normal people's podcasts about football. Because even if they're wrong, it's just like, they're just people in it. Like, that's just me and my friends down the pub. As opposed to, I genuinely loathe punditry. Like, when a game finishes, I turn it off. Like, I don't, match of the day started driving me out. What? Like, if I have to listen to, like, Danny Mills, like who the fuck cares about Jermaine Genius at the end? Like, Joe Cole. Like, I don't care about, man, Joe Cole breaking down the game. Like, that's what I'm meant to be watching, like, Joe Cole. They're thinking, who the fuck is Joe Cole? Like, nah. This is what I'm saying, like, Julian Lescott.
Let's pay £60 a month for, like, Sky Sports and Bakri Sanya.
That's what, on my Super Sunday, I get Bakri Sanya.
Look, as I said, there's a certain pundits that I do like listening to Gary Neville. Like, I don't agree with everything he has to say, but I do like his punditry.